Hi everyone. Today's sharing sessions will be tips to improve children's reading skills through enhancing reading experience. I'm the presenter for today's session. I'm Eugenie. Here is the brief introduction of myself. My name is Eugenie Chiang. I work as an educational therapist in Happyland Psychology and Therapy Center. The reason I work in Happyland is because I am interested in developmental psychology, and working here, I can learn skills and knowledge that related to my interests. Also, working here can gain experience on working with special needs children. Today, I'm going to share about the tips to improve child's reading skills through enhancing reading experience. Reading skills are the abilities that refers to an individual's abilities to read, to comprehend, interpret, and decode the written language and text. By enhancing reading experience in fun and interactive ways, can help children to increase their reading participations, sustain their motivations in reading, and eventually help children to improve their reading skills. For the objective of these sessions, I will be sharing 3 tips to improve children's reading skill through enhancing reading experience. First, introduce a variety of topics. I will share ideas on introducing various reading materials to children and help them to explore their interests. Second tips is to include sensory experience while reading. I'll be sharing examples to enhance reading experience through sensory approach. The last tips of the sharings will be parents' participation. How parents can participate in children's reading experience. By considering these 3 tips, we can enhance children's reading experience and ultimately deal with children's reading skills. Tip 1. To enhance reading experience, the first thing parents can introduce the children to a variety of topics. Exposing them to a variety of reading materials helps them to explore and identify the reading materials they're interested. It is known that giving the child their favorite reading materials provides them a positive associations with books and reading, making it enjoyable and comfort reading experience, as well as positive attitudes towards reading. Through the exposure to favorite reading materials, it creates an intrinsic motivation, and the children can sustain their interest in the reading books. Therefore, intrinsic motivations drives consistent reading practice and leading to skill development. We have plenty of opportunities to help the child to be exposed to a variety of readings and to find their interests. 2 ideas can be considered. First, increase availability. Parents can increase the availability of children's reading materials by bringing them to places that contains books and various reading materials. The bookstore and library contains various reading materials with different genre, language, and many more. Parents or caregiver can promote reading by taking children to the library and encouraging explorations of various resources. For example, a visit to the library or a bookstore during a free time is beneficial for the children to expose to various reading materials and inspire their interest in reading. On the other hand, parents can also consider surrounding your children with various reading materials. Parents can provide a variety of reading materials such as magazines, books with simple pictures and words, newspapers, and different types to them, as each types offer unique language patterns, vocabulary, and perspective, which provides a diverse reading experience for the children. This helps them to explore their interest in reading and also expand their reading variety. Other than books, we can use picture word flashcards to teach children to read, especially for young children or children with reading difficulties. Furthermore, parents can make reading an integral part of children's lives, such as having them to read food menus, roadside signs or informations, game rules and instructions, weather reports, movie listings, and many other practical everyday informations. Second, parents also can customize the reading materials based on the children's interests, age appropriateness, attention span, and capability of learning. From first ideas of increasing the availability of reading materials, once we know their preference, parents can offer them the reading materials that they like. It is said that reading whatever your child enjoys is just about always a good idea. When the kids get the chance to follow their own preference, they internalize that the reading is fun and rewarding, and they are more likely to pursue reading on their own and improve in their reading skills. In addition, parents can consider the Goldilocks strategies, which is to find the just right reading materials that can sustain their motivation. For some children, we might need to also consider the appropriate materials that within their reading capabilities. When the children have interest on the certain reading materials and improve in intrinsic motivations throughout reading, the next tips parents can consider is to enhance their reading experience through sensory play. Tips 2. To enhance child's reading experience, parents can consider using sensory approaches while reading with children. Reading sometimes can be cognitively stressful for the children. Therefore, reading through sensory experience can increase the enjoyment and engagement of the children. By incorporating the senses such as sight, hearing, movement, and touch while reading, different sensory inputs can give the children more than one way to connect with what they are reading and enhance the child's memory and comprehension. In the second tips, I'll be sharing some activities to enhance reading experience by involving 3 senses, which are the tactile, visual, and auditory. The first sensory approach we can use to increase enjoyment for children's reading experience will be the tactile sensory. Incorporate tactile experience while reading helps the kids to retain a tactile memory of letters and their sounds, which improves their reading skills such as enhancing their memory and processing speed through reading while touching. For example, we can use sand writing or use colorful clays, foams, and wooden letters to build the alphabet or words. We also can use some fluffy tools while reading. This might enhance the children's engagement in reading. In the second sensory experience, we will be using visual aids. Visual aids plays a crucial role in enhancing children's reading skills. Visual aids offer clear cues that helps individuals, especially children that are on their language developmental stage, to associate image with words, supporting their vocabulary's development, phonics, and comprehensions. From the photos you can see, consider using picture flashcards and picture of the scenarios can enhance their understanding while reading. Picture books with visual illustrations allows children to follow the storylines more easily. Also, we can use story cards to help kids who struggle with reading comprehensions to visualize the elements of the story. Moreover, using visual aids not only captures children's attentions with colorful image, This will also make their reading more engaging and motivates them. The third sensory experience is we can consider when children's reading with the auditory supports, such as using music or audio to improve reading skills. Studies found positive outcomes when music or audio-based activity were incorporated with reading tasks or when music was used as a contingency to reinforce reading. By listening to the song and reading the lyrics, helps the children to engage with variety of senses, which allows for better processing of the read informations and increases retentions of skills needed for the reading. Also, through singing and listening to the reading books, benefits the children in their comprehensions, pronunciations, vocabulary, as well as accuracy and fluency of reading skills. In sum, different sensory experiences integrated with reading are beneficial to all children, especially those who struggle with reading. Sensory engagements can reduce frustrations so that children can persist in their reading efforts through an enjoyable and multisensory reading experience. Eventually, enhance reading memories and reading comprehension skills. Tips 3. The last tips of the topic is participations from parents and caregivers. It is found that the parents' involvement in children's reading could significantly impact on the child's reading skills. Reading together not only provides an opportunity for parents and children to have a positive connections and also strengthen parents-child bonding. Parents' involvement also helps the young child to develop literacy skills and supports their child in reading comprehensions, reading motivations, and positive attitudes towards reading. The first idea is to have active participations between parents and children. Role play activities while reading is one of the fun and interactive parts that can help the children enhance their reading experience and improve their reading skills. Parents and children can create and act out the real-life experiences and imaginative scenarios. Parents can take this opportunity to encourage children to read out the stories or scenarios. For example, pretending to buy groceries or having the costume on when storytelling. The child can have comprehensive connections and understanding of the story context or the real-life scenarios, which improves their participations, reading comprehensions, and expand their vocabulary. Second idea is the dialogic reading activity. It is also another fun and interactive ways to promote a child's reading skills. It is not just child reading picture books or short sentences. The dialogues and talking bubbles that shows to the children improves in helping children to recognize and understand word in print. Also, the conversations during dialogic reading can benefit children as they increase in comprehensions and narrative skills, as well as teach them the engagement in daily life conversations, such as greeting, asking questions, or talking to someone, buying things, or having a call. The last idea of tip number 3 is parents guiding the children to be consistent with the reading routines. How does it improve reading skills? To improve reading skills, consistent practice to read is one of the vital parts that helps build reading fluency and comprehensions. To enhance the reading experience, parents can set a reading schedules or activities for the family, such as catching up with the children in the bedtime stories or having a family day trip visiting to the library and bookstores. From the schedule, parents can be involved in exploring various reading materials with the child and reading books together with the child. I believe this will be an interesting activity for the children and give them a joyful and interactive reading experience. Therefore, with parents' participations, it might increase the enjoyment of reading in the child. This helps to raise their reading achievements and increase their desires to read. So, a consistent reading routine increases reading skills and self-confidence, which increase in reading motivations. To wrap up the sessions, developing reading skills is a crucial part of the children's development, such as assisted cognitive development, which improves their understanding of written language, developing social emotionals by gaining a greater understanding of their own and others' experience and emotions, and eventually further improving social and communication development. Therefore, to improve the children's reading skills by enhancing their reading experience, 3 tips to provide the children with fun and interactive ways to develop reading skills, which are the first, by exploring various reading materials and identify their interests. We can increase the availability of reading materials and customize reading materials to achieve a just right reading level for the children to maintain their inner drive to read. Second, we'll be utilizing various sensory approaches to enhance the reading experience for the children, such as using touch sensory, visual aids, and auditory supports. Engaging in multiple senses during reading creates a more enriched and joyful reading experience, ultimately improve in reading skills. The last tip we'll be giving on how parents can actively participate in their children's reading. We can consider having a role play on some daily scenarios or during storytelling. Having a dialogue reading also helps children to understand how to communicate in different social situations through reading dialogues with their parents. This can also strengthen the parents-child bonding when interacting with each other. Having a consistent reading routine is also vital for the child to develop a positive reading attitudes and habits, eventually improving in reading skills. All right, that's all for me. Thank you for your time and hope everyone can get some new and interesting ideas from here. If you have any inquiries or feedback, you are welcome to contact Happylands through WhatsApp, Facebook, or through the comments below. We will be glad to know it. Thanks again and have a nice day.